seconds remaining.
Hello everyone and welcome back to more Summit BTS America's action. I don't know why I called it the Summit. It's because the ticket. But regardless of that, we're back. We're in day number 2 of the America's action. We got 2 best of 3 series for you. Our lead-in header is going to be Isurus Gaming HyperX from the Argentina. Going to be going against the champions of Summer's Rift. I'm KotLGuy, going to be bringing you the coverage here on behalf of Beyond the Summit, but I'm not going to be going at it alone. I got my good buddy, my American caster partner in crime, Maut, joining me. Maut, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going well, man. Very excited for this matchup. Champions of Summer's Rift. I think the clear favorites going into this one, Dakota. Nonetheless, Isurus still a very strong squad. We haven't seen them recently. Of course, they were not in the TI5 qualifiers. They were in Dota 2 Canada Cup. Didn't have a great time there. So they have a lot to prove in this matchup. And Champions of Summer's Rift, they also have a lot to prove. They're hosting a somewhat new roster. Of course, they added IXMike88 as presumably their offlane player. And then the legend, Yawar, the brother of Sumail. And he's a star in his own right. We talked about it yesterday. Dakota, this guy is a stud.
He's a freaking stud, man. He's a freaking stud. Now, before we get into the analysis of the draft itself, also worth a note, we're going to have Maut joining us as our stats man for our first series. Maut, we got to play our favorite game now. Can you name the anime icons before you here? We got what looks like Yawar representing something, possibly Hero, a.k.a. Whitebeard's got a little something special there. Do you know where these are from?
Okay, so Whitebeard, I definitely know. Yawar, I do not have any clue as to what his anime. I think it actually might be from KotLGuy, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
For Whitebeard, it's actually this might be my new favorite anime of all time, and that's saying something. It's called Your Lie in April, and it's a very sad but uplifting anime story about a boy that plays piano. I play piano, so it hits kind of close to home there. And his picture is of the 2 main characters. I believe that that's what it is. Actually, I'm gonna look at his profile just to make sure I'm right on that.
All right.
This has been your iteration of
name
what's the
that
weird avatar.
anime.
Yeah, dude. That's what
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hopefully, it's something we get to keep going forward. Unfortunately, Isurus, they're not big on the whole anime train. I do appreciate fullback representing the old nostalgic keeper of the light icon, though. So,
yeah.
Enough about those little tidbits here and there. Let's actually get down to the nitty-gritty. The draft before us here, and it looks like both these teams have adapted well into what is now considered the meta. Opening up first here for Isurus, they grab up the Tusk and the Queen of Pain combo. Champions of Summer's Rift, they got their sunscreen ready to play, and it looks like they might be warmed up for some dunkage. Earthshaker is going to be their #1 grab. They followed up with a Shadow Fiend. I am curious how they're going to be working out the role situation here. You know, I would
this
just...
is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I think Brax is going to be on Shadow Fiend. I'm almost positive, and I think Yawar is going to be playing carry. You might have some other information, but that is what I'm thinking. And by the way, this is a fantastic pick. Demon Jimmy plays an amazing Sand King.
Oh, yes.
It is top tier. Even like in the world, I would argue, his Sand King play has been absolutely fantastic. Look forward to seeing him play that particular hero. I do want to confirm that it is the 2 main characters from Shigatsu Wakimi no Uso. That's very important. And that is that I was correct. I was 1 for 2, so there's that. All right, here we go. Let's get back into it, Dakota.
Let's do it. So, Summer's Rift, with this 2, you don't really see Earthshaker Sand King as the dynamic duo that is a wealth of disable, great gap closing, great initiation, and a ridiculous amount of team fight and AoE. But their 4th grab here, very interesting, the Storm Spirit. So, you know, it's hard to say if Brax is going to be taking us to the mid lane and Yawar could be doing a safe lane farming Shadow Fiend, or if maybe Yawar is taking it to the safe lane and he's going to be channeling in his own inner Sumail. I know Sumail's, you know, known as the signature Storm Spirit player, but I would be excited to see if Yawar has got anything to offer for his own name.
He's played it before, I think, at FPL, I'm pretty sure. I looked at his Dota buff, and he's played a whole host of carry heroes. Like, it's just a bunch of different carry heroes, like one after the other for the past couple of days, past couple of weeks. I think Storm Spirit was one of those that were included. So I have a feeling Yawar will be playing the Storm. Brax, I think, is a good Storm player, but his Shadow Fiend in the past couple of months has been outstanding. In particular, in Canada Cup, we saw his Shadow Fiend play a fair bit, and it was something to behold. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Tusk, which is such a good hero right now, and then a Bloodseeker as well. You could give the Blood Rage to the Queen of Pain. That's a lot of extra damage going. Or just give it to anybody on the other team, have them take the increased damage and go from there. Bloodseeker, I think, is very strong. We'll see how Isurus likes to run it here. So.
Got to raise a flag here. Something that's popping out to me and was also popping out to Maut as I check over our own personal little chat box over here. Winter Wyvern has not been acknowledged up to this point. You know, first breaking out into the CM mode, you know, was nerfed pretty damn hard. People thought the hero was going to be pretty much useless. Then next thing you know, a certain Soniko picks it up, and now it's just all the rage. They recognize immediately his true potential, the long-range initiation, the good AoE spread, good long-range harassment, wave clearing, and of course one of the best saves in the game. So great defensive support in that right, and just good at zoning at the start. I mean, he's got a little bit of everything. What is there really to hate, you know?
Not much. I think the biggest factor, too, is he really doesn't need items. Like, I've seen some people just go Brown Boots Earn. I've seen people go Tranquil straight into Glimmer Cape. You can go Mobility. But that's not a necessity. And because it's available, Champions of Summer's Rift will grab it. And he works really well with that roaming support of a Sand King or someone that jungles. This does mean that the Earthshaker is going to be an offlane Earthshaker.
Can Mike play that?
I don't think Mike is... I wouldn't call this one of his best heroes, but I think he's used to it. So we'll see how that turns out. It could also be an offlane Sand King, and Mike actually might be more comfortable with that. But I don't want to see Summer's Rift do that because Demon's so good on the Sand King. They should give them enough room to be able to get that early Blink Dagger. And once that Blink Dagger comes out, they'll be absolutely destroying, assuming it comes out at a pretty decent timing. But that's still... We don't really know if it is a support Earthshaker or Sand King. That remains to be seen.
Yeah.
For Isurus, their last pick is going to be coming out right now. This might be offlane Spirit Breaker, safe lane Bloodseeker, mid lane Queen of Pain. But the thing is, they have a Tusk, so probably support Spirit Breaker action when you think about it.
Yeah.
And they need probably a range support to go along with it, I would imagine.
Yeah, you could probably swing Spirit Breaker and Tusk either way, being dedicated to the offlane or being more of a roaming position for. Or they're going to finish out with a Zeus. Okay. So it could be a support Zeus. We haven't seen that in quite a while. A hero that typically just really needs a lot. Needs the levels, needs the XP to be relevant. If you're kind of having a bit of a slow start, it's just very interesting. So for the most part, Isurus' roster has stayed the same, maybe with the exception of Ninja now stepping in. Nihai Dara, I know, was someone who used to be on the roster for quite a while, but the rest kind of stays the same. Fullback has just always been a name that rings in my head as far as he would pull out a Meepo. Yep. Pull out that Meepo from time to time, and he would really put on a show. But not going for it now, so this is a very intriguing lineup for both sides. I'm very curious to see how it's going to line up because just going back to like what Mike's going to be doing, which looks like for now it's going to be the Earthshaker. He was the man known to, you know, a lot of people give Mike a lot of shit. All right, you know, everyone knows that, you know, but I have witnessed firsthand games where Mike has had to put the team on his back. I remember one of the biggest performances back at Starladder Season 11. I was there live in person. He started pulling out the Bat Rider, and it just got out of control. Next thing you know, they're just pulling out upsets. At the time, he was playing for, I believe it was the Sneaky Nyx Assassins, so it was just ridiculous. And then he started getting the Bat Rider banned, which was almost expected at the time with where the meta was, but people were still kind of letting it go. Not against Mike. And his Clockwork as well is to be feared. But without either, you know, Bat Rider pretty much dead. Ice Rockets killed the hero, so we'll have to see if he'll ever come back into the Dota times. And themselves banning out the Clockwork. I'm very curious for Mike and his Earthshaker play. You know, he's played a freaking ridiculous amount of Dota. This guy has the most hours in the game. I know he probably just idles, but Dota of anyone out there ever. It's crazy.
I mean, he does that. He plays a lot of FPL. I'm not sure how much he actually pubs. I'm sure he scrims a fair bit. I'm surprised that Summer's Rift went with IX Blake. Not to say that he doesn't deserve the spot. He's been in the scene forever. He's obviously a friend of mine. But I don't know if there are any other options at all. But I think the biggest issue for North American Dota right now is there's just not enough talent. Or if there is talent, they're too young, or they're too, I guess you could call them, I wouldn't say cancerous. That's not the word I would use. Maybe they're too crazy. I know Yugi's a player that's tossed out a lot, honestly, with the way he plays and how good he is, but people think he's crazy. I wouldn't use the word toxic for him. Yugi's just a straight-up solid player, but people don't want to seem to play with him, or he hasn't proven him. I think that's the biggest thing, is that there's a lot of players that have yet to prove themselves. There are all these new players in FPL that come through, like Pixelator, for example, that have yet to prove themselves in an actual Dota game, and it's tough. We'll see if we get some more fresh blood, but IX Mike is still, I mean, if you want a tried and true offlaner, someone that's had that TI experience, someone that's been there, definitely he is a solid player, but I feel like he has a big issue with hero pool, which we talk about a lot, but I feel like that's deserved for Mike.
No surprise. Summers Rift are going to be coming into this matchup pretty heavy favorites, I believe, according to Dota 2 Lounge. They're about 80-some-odd% in favor to take this series over Isurus, which I guess is justified. Isurus has been off the radar, maybe working the Southern America circuit a bit, but okay, they get a nice early block onto Yawar here. Charge in. There's a full 4-man group here looking to get some first blood, and he's just accepting it. He goes down, trying to stack up the remnants. Can they at least get the return? They will. So a good fly forward. Hero, aka Whitebeard, is going to be able to get the return, but that is still a big benefit to Isurus, walking away with that first blood purse.
Dolce's ice shards there were fantastic. That's absolutely outstanding play coming in from that Tusk. That's not easy to hit anymore. And sure enough, they will secure the first blood. They do lose the Spirit Breaker, but I don't think they're heartbroken about it after getting that kill on Yawar and making sure he's shut down at least early. He's going to walk all the way back. DDX will not get the rune, but they get the Burrow Strike off. He has no blink. They don't have the Arctic Burn. Had they had the Arctic Burn, they might have been able to turn this around and get the kill. Whitebeard's going to get doped for now. They do have a charging in Ninja. Demon coming back in. Burrow Strike not ready. Doesn't have the mana for it. Whitebeard going to take some right clicks, but with charge, he doesn't have that bash ready to go. And it looks like they're just going to exchange some right clicks. Now they actually use the Arctic Burn. Charges back up in 4 seconds. Demon has the mana for the Burrow Strike. Can they get this kill? Body blocks. Can he charge away in time? Last couple of right clicks. Will he make it away? Last right click. He's going to deny himself to Roche.
Okay. Boom. Bitch slap to the face. Knocks him out. He'll go back to the fountain. Been interesting there. I thought maybe Isurus would hang around, but obviously Queen of Pain doesn't want to deter too far from her mid lane XP and where she needs to be at. And then, you know, he's kind of stuck too far past his zone. But they don't hand over a kill. They get the deny. Already another charge coming out. This one onto Brax. So DDX is just trying to pinch and poke him down a little bit. We'll see if they fly through with it. Ninja moving in, getting the bump. The jump in, Shadow Strike is there. Brax could be in trouble. There's a bump. A few more right clicks should secure it, and they get it. Isurus managed to scrap together another good kill, this time on the mid lane on Brax's Shadow Fiend.
They need to get this done, though, early on. I mean, this is exactly what you expect a Spirit Breaker to do. I mean, Dakota, he has to be running around. He has to be getting kills, and he's doing just that. And it's still very early on into the game. Brax will not lose that much in terms of Necromastery stacks. He did buy a TP before dying, so he didn't lose too much money. But still, shutting him down is as important as it can be in a Dota game, honestly. Demon has had 2 of his camps blocked. They used the Magic Bush bot, though, which is very interesting. That's a very easy D ward coming out for Hero. This shouldn't block this particular camp. It definitely doesn't block this camp. So he'll have his full arsenal to go for in the jungle. But he is getting charged, so he'll Sandstorm up real quick. He tries to go Founding Room, but that will be taken up by the Spirit Breaker Ninja.
Yeah, this playstyle that Ninja's been pulling on the Spirit Breaker is just charge, charge, charge. Make plays happen, continue to add the pressure here. Not looking to let up whatsoever. We're seeing bottom lane. Mr. 123 getting zoned back a bit on his Tusk. He's, though, supporting 8-1 CS. And he already participated in that early first blood kill. So he's off to a strong start. You compare that over to Mike, who's at 4-1. So he is up and ahead a bit. I'm hearing a charge out. It's again Ninja on the prowl. They ping it. Brax knows it's coming. He's going to walk further away. And Ninja's like, I'm not letting up, boy. I'm going all the way deep. Right by the tier 2. He's going to smack the courier once. Body block to not get the second hit. Nicely done from Brax.
That almost felt like a bait from Brax more than anything else, but I'm pretty sure he just mismanaged the courier. I think he was trying to bottle crow. He will be able to get it done, but that was a bit more sketchy than it needed to be. Off lane has been really great so far, or rather top lane for Isurus. They have a great pull going. Fullback has Lightning Bolt, but he's not counter-warding that Sentry Ward just out of range. And IX Mike will be able to get some experience as if the creep wave was under his tower for a bit, but not so anymore. So great pull from fullback. Pepita is getting free farm. This is one of the definitions of a snowball hero. Bloodseeker gets up a couple of items and suddenly he goes to work. We'll see how effective this Bloodseeker is going to be this game, but he should do a lot of damage.
Yeah, one of the things I said the last time, you know, typically Bloodseeker's been finding their home in this safe lane position. The nice thing is that if their off lane managed to break out in a bit of a skirmish, and next thing you know, you got a few Summers Rift members pretty low on life. Pepita can make the call to jump onto Mike, and Mike really won't know what hit him, but that actually might come soon. He could get hit on the back end side from Ninja on Spirit Breaker. Walks in behind, hoping for a basher at the start. Not going to get it there. There's a bolt coming out. Blood Right connects just on the cusp. There's a bash. It connects right there. And a second. Are you kidding me?
You got to be kidding me, man. 17%. It happens every freaking time. Mike is not happy with how that just went, but Great rotations. Ninja has to get this done. He's going to TP home. He'll charge to another lane and hope to get another kill. This early game has to go this well for Isurus. They hope maybe if they can kill Brax or UR, it's going to go even better. But if Brax and UR start getting out of control, this game's going to get very difficult. The one thing that Summer's Rift have against Isurus is a lot of lockdown, and especially against the Bloodseeker, that's very important. Winter's Curse, Pull, Orchid might be even pretty good if they do decide to go for it later on down the road. Burrow Strike, Echo Slam, Fisher. There is a lot to deal with here for this Bloodseeker, and for the Queen of Pain for that matter. But bottom lane, they're going to go in. They charge up the Yawar. They won't find the kill. Going back to that point real quick, the Queen of Pain as well as the Bloodseeker might have to pick up an early BKB Dakota, as there is plenty of lockdown throughout this Summer's Rift lineup.
Yeah, this is definitely a peaking moment for Isurus, adding this tremendous amount of early aggression across the lanes before Summer's Rift are able to scrap together their own level 6. They're able to kind of be the enforcers and keep them at bay, keep them guessing as far as where the next charge is going to be coming from, and are we prepared and ready? Do we have TPs to rotate? And all that stuff kind of keeps you guessing a bit. But if Summer's Rift do hold out, make it to that mid-game period, you're going to see a Storm Spirit who's going to get close to his level 8 at some point. We'll see if he decides to build into an Orchid or a Bloodstone. For now, going with the Arcane build-up. Probably going to disassemble that later on and get the Bloodstone. But as it stands right now, just needs the levels. Once he gets to level 6, we'll see if he starts to get a bit aggressive. We know his brother Sumail to be a very aggressive player. I'm curious if Yawar kind of follows the same traits.
It's very interesting that he goes for the Arcane Boots. That's not something we see really at all. It's picked up once in a blue moon on Storms as they build up to that Bloodstone. And he just says, I guess I don't need treads. Screw it. I'm farming freely down safe lane. I want to have enough mana to use Remnant, spam out that Overload as much as possible. And maybe even just to get away with his level 6, have enough mana for Ball of Lightning. So I guess it's a bit more safe. It's a bit more let me farm a bit quicker, and that's fine. You don't need the treads to fight early on here. But that does mean that they're going to have to create a lot of space for him elsewhere, whether that's with Mike, whether that's with Demon. We'll wait and see. Ninja is going to go ahead and try to contest this. They do have a double damage on Dolce. He's got the Sandstorm. He'll burrow and try to make his way out. Here comes the rotations, though. Ice Shards coming through. Brax has no way to close the gap here. The Arctoper is not going to catch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do they have pull? They don't. Overload will not do nearly enough, but they will secure the jungle farm for Demon. That's definitely the most important thing in this situation.
Yeah, just, you know, they had a flanking moment there just previously to get a hold of Demon, but they don't catch the vision of him till the end there. They were hoping to make a go onto the mid lane, but Demon stopped him. And, well, they want to make sure Demon continues to get pressured, and he's not going to have that easy time with the jungle. He scouts out the charge coming in, so that kind of gives Isurus the idea that there's a gem somewhere. You know, they don't know what side it could be on. For them, it's actually closer to their own side, but now he knows that he can't just free and will charge to that bottom lane without getting scouted, so he'll need to consider getting a smoke at some point or just trying to come in from a different angle.
As long as he's keeping pressure on Summer's Rift, I think he's doing an okay job. He's not really getting the levels, though, for the Spirit Breaker, so he might want to just try to find a lane if possible also. Or just coordinate with another hero, and like you said, smoke up. Maybe go with the Queen of Pain, who does have treads. She's got her level 7. No reason not to go for a gank on this hero. She's so very good early on, so I think DDX could start getting something going. Pepita's getting free farm. They don't really need any help up there, so they can rotate full back if necessary as well. What's Mike up to, actually? He's level 5, not too bad. What about the Tusk?
Tusk is pretty far, much further ahead than Mike is. I mean, he has a free lane to work with now. He's over double the CS Mike has. He's at 32 and 3 CS. He's almost to level 7 in comparison to Mike just trying to breach to get to his own level 6. So Tusk might look to go on the move here soon. He's got his little Falcon Punch ready to play. Full levels into Ice Shards here, so maximum amount of nuke. And it looks like he's going to conveniently come across an Illusion Rune. Not your best rune for your Tusk at this point, but he'll make do. And start charging away towards the top lane. This makes a free and open bottom lane. It looks like UR is going to be there to handle it. And for his build, he's going to step up for a Soul Ring along the way. Another component to go towards that Bloodstone. But we'll keep an eye on 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on the prowl. He knows Demon's farming somewhere. And he snags 2 creeps with those Ice Shards as well.
Oh, that would have been so close for Demon to have his Blink Dagger. That's like that's 100-ish gold going the way of that Tusk. Demon could have walked back home. He'll just have to Sandstorm into the creep camp. Mud Golems are fine. He's going to go ahead and go for the Zeta camp, though, and that's fine. So, Demon's Blink Dagger, probably about 10 minutes is when he'll have it in his inventory, I think, assuming nothing happens here in the next moment, and that's great. And then they can start putting more pressure on. They've been kind of playing defensively, and they have to. But they'll have the, I think, Demon with level 6, although he doesn't have his epicenter yet. He'll get that at 7 perhaps. Yawar will be able to jump into the Soul Ring now. If he wants to try to fight, he could. But this Blink Dagger timing is really where Summer's Rift need to get something going. And it's not uncommon to see pick up your Blink Dagger, pick up your smoke. How often have we seen that, Dakota? You get that smoke in the seat, you go for a kill after you get the Blink Dagger.
Yep. It is continuing, though, to be a struggle for Mike on his team. Like, they are doing a wonderful job. Isurus is just keeping the creeps pulled, keeping them way far and away so that Mike would have to overextend his leash just to even get close enough for the XP range. And because of it, he is still stuck at that level 5 mark, can't get to level 6, can't get a CS for himself, and he might just have to wait out until attention is drawn elsewhere and he can kind of take a lane for himself, because as it stands, you know, he can't go back in jungle, can't do much of anything else. I mean, maybe try to move and set up a gank for someone else elsewhere, but it doesn't look like Summer's Rift are quite ready to play yet. They're going to wait out for Demon to grab a hold of that Blink Dagger, which he has now, as you said, and we'll see. It looks like he might be able to help out possibly Mike in the top lane. We'll see if that's the case.
The inherent problem with an Earthshaker is that he doesn't really jungle that fast to begin with, and then even though that Demon's not going to be in the jungle as much anymore, Brax is going to be in the jungle, Yawar is going to be in the jungle, like, you have Remnant, you have Razes, like, the jungle is going to be hotly contested by all Summer's Rift players, pretty much. Even the Ancient Apparition can just be like, I'll Splinter Blast this real quick and get a creep camp. Hold that thought, though. There's a smoke cake down bottom. They're going to send 3 men to the jungle. They're going to find Yawar. Kenny Ball lighting away. The charge will continue to go. He's going to get hit up. The snowball rolling through as well. Zeus ult, Walrus punch, and he goes down to the ice shards. Here comes Brax, though. Splinter Blast going in the Arctic Burn. They might just get Ninja. That's it. Fisher comes in from Mike. This will be the goal he rightly deserves. He's got enough for the enchant. He'll use it. Do they have the damage? Trying to just juke and jive. Dolce will go down. Brax gets the double kill. You can't see it on the top of the screen because his name's so goddamn long, but it's going to be a 2-for-1.
Oh, or is it done yet? Pepita looking to make an engagement into this fight. Gets a beautiful blood right jump in from DDX. Gets a good sonic wave. It looks like we'll get the catch on the Demon. A quick rupture and follow-up right click is going to secure that one. So it ends up being a, what, 2-for-2 when the dust settles there with that last little pick. And with the Bloodseeker picking up that last grab, I would have to say it's a bit of a wash. Both teams got a lot. Their cores each picking up a kill. But yeah, it was a double kill on the Brax. Kind of put Summer's Rift in a bit of a better position.
The thing is, though, this is going to be tough. This Bloodseeker is farming pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He's got Treads, Poorman Shield, Wand, and a full Blade Mail just flew out to him. Plus, he's got 500 gold in the bank. And he's not even peaking yet. So Brax needs to get this mech as soon as possible. That was not a great start for Jimmy's Blink Dagger shenanigans. He walks up, he gets hit up with a Blood Right or something, he has to Sandstorm, and then the one right click comes out from the Bloodseeker who has Thirst, so that Threshold, of course, giving him the vision, making sure he's got that true sight. That's an easy kill for Pepita. And Isurus actually, I think, have a bit of a lead now. If we look at the net worth chart, it's pretty small, only about 2,000. Oh, that smoke. Did they see it? They smoked almost on top of this Observer Ward.
I think they did.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they might have. And they're going to head top. And fullback will back underneath this tower. He even TP's away bottom. The counter smoke. Maybe they didn't see it. Maybe they think that Yawar is still farming the jungle. That is a true statement. He's going to go mid. And they might rotate there and try to go for that kill.
We'll see. They saw him pop out into the lane. They know that maybe most of Summer's Rift are busy dealing with the top lane. Now, if something breaks out, do they have a TP? They do, but now Yawar is pretty far from that tower. They're just going to easily ball in and burst the hell out of him. Uppercut his dead corpse up to the heavens above. And he is going to come back crashing. That is a huge pickoff right now. Isurus taking this momentum. They're going to add some pressure onto this tier 1 tower. They are ahead as far as these pickoffs go. 6-4. Go up and above. They want to get a hold of Demon here with the lead in. Charge, follow up, Shadow Strike, Snowball, up and back down once more to follow Demon, and they get the kill. They make it 2 all day. Brax holding Invisor, stun, Requiem right on top of their heads, and they're going to annihilate and wipe the floor with them. Another double kill for Brax. Looks like Whitebeard. Self-cold embrace keeps him alive and well. Ninja's got to retreat, but he has no mana to charge out with. They're going to keep pursuing here. They don't have any sort of disable.
They've got Fisher. They've got Fisher. The range should be there. Mike, you got to use it, buddy, and he's not going to go for it. Storm Spirit gets a solo kill on fullback. That's huge for Yawar. He needed that pickup after dying twice in a row. Great turnaround to that fight, though. They even get Pepita. Fisher into Requiem, beautifully timed. And Demon, if he could just find a way to get back in these team fights and blink in from afar, he's been getting focused down. If he gets into these fights a little bit later on, they're going to just roll over Isurus, I believe. They didn't have Sonic Wave for this the Food of Pain, so that's something to keep in mind. But it's actually Brax is keeping this game even, and Brax and Mike, honestly, they're keeping this game even.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. You know, Mike unfortunately had a pretty rough laning phase, but he has already set up 2 big stuns for 2 big cleans that Brax has gotten to just wipe the floor, get those double kills, and that fissure was just all the credit right there. And Demon could step things up a little bit on his Sand King, but he gets picked off, but his team's there to back him up and kind of make it all the better. So we'll see what Isurus want to do at this point. They're still just really into the Summer's Rift territory. Looks like a very aggressive ward's going to get plopped down here from Ninja. Yep, right on that high ground. So they have vision of the bigger camp. But here we go. Mike, charge, going to be canceled thereafter. And, uh-oh, Ninja.
Mike, where are you going, man? Mike, where are you going? Mike is going bottom. They have complete and utter ward coverage here for Isurus. He's going to walk right on top of the ward in a second. I don't know what he's trying to do.
Spotted.
Meanwhile, Hero's going to get caught out, silenced up, G-Salt to secure the kill. Now they're going to jump onto Mike. They get the Ice Shard, Snowball, Walrus Punch. That was just some bad play from Summer's Rift, not realizing that their entire jungle is warded. They should realize it now. Really great ward coverage from Isurus. There's plenty of vision all over the goddamn map. This leaves the only safe place to farm right now for you are top lane, top jungle.
Yeah.
Tough.
I know Blitz likes to preach about that a lot. Sometimes, you know, the safest place to farm is your opponent's jungle. And that would definitely be the case here. Isurus committing 3 big Obs Wards all in deep the Summer's territory, clearly showing that they want to get any sort of opportunity to set up picks and set up any sort of ganks. And with that, they don't really have any sort of basic vision in their own woods, and so Yawar can just do as he pleases in this top lane if he wants. And it looks like he's going to continue to do so. Just kind of want to gauge out to see exactly where the rest of Isurus are. If you look at their vision, you see they only kind of get a brief glimmer of, it looks like fullback in the mid lane and maybe the bottom. So once he starts to recognize that more and more Isurus are kind of clumped together, he can feel more free. But here we go. Summer's Rift on the move.
This smoke is going to be huge, I think. Demon is going to get a, hopefully get a good burrow strike to start this thing off. They've got great vision of where Isurus are posted up right now. Double burrow from Demon. Epicenter gets channeled. They even get the winner's curse off. Epicenter still going. Nobody dead just yet. Great snowball. Blood right going to go. Is Demon actually going to be the first one to die? Not quite yet. Sonic Wave, they will bring him down. 1, 2, 3, 4 survives for days. They finally get the kill. It's a neutral that brings him down. How did that go so poorly? There's going to be this Thunder God's Wrath as well. Good Fisher. Pepita in trouble. He'll fall, but now Summer's Rift getting low. Brax, no mech up. Sig charge is going. Double Requiem. There's the Echo Slam. Mike turning it around. Full back, the last to fall. And it is the team wipe. But boy, Summer's Rift have to wipe the sweat off their brow. They had to work for that real hard, Dakota.
That was not as easy as you thought it would be. I mean, a beautiful burrow strike set up from Demon and just secure the easy epicenter. Mike follows up with his own fissure. Epi flies out in full duration, but surprisingly both Tusk and Spirit Breaker, the bruisers, they could soak up that damage and continue to live on. So, as you said, they sweated out just to finish what they had started. They finally get it done, but then they start losing a few, but it wasn't until that exclamation point there at the end. Mike just dropping down the hugest Echo Slam, ends up wiping out Isurus completely. So they lose all 5. Summer's Rift, it felt like a couple of times they're coming up a bit short and getting caught out. That's a fight that definitely puts them right back into the mix here. And as you can see by the net worth, shoots right back up their way. Now at a 2K net worth advantage, about the same for the XP.
That's so huge. Mike is going to have his point tagger now. We talked about how rough of a start he had. That's turning out to be pretty good. Bloodstone's down to War. He still needs to get his strikes after, of course, which is, oh god, what
They get Demon. Demon burrows away. Was also silenced up from the Orchid there of DDX, but they couldn't quite follow it up with the Nether Strike. So Demon's going to make his way out to safety right next to Whitebeard and company. And it doesn't look like they have a smoke, but they are on the move. Whitebeard has the sentries, has a good idea that there's probably some vision nearby. Just a sentry right there for now. So he'll rid of that one, but there's still plenty of vision for Isurus. Ninja now, he's going to take his attention towards the top lane. They'll ping it out. And it looks like they're just going to put their next objective on the line, which is taking maybe a tier 1 tower here at the top lane.
Yeah, keep the pressure up, make sure Brax can't farm. And speaking of Brax not farming, he's going to get destroyed. He does have his mech to use, and keep him alive. The reps will go. They throw a couple of abilities at him, and they finally bring him down a lot harder than it probably should have been. But That does mean that they have a clear path for this tier 1 tower. We might see a trade, though, coming out from Summer's Rift. If they can get this tier 1 bottom, it's not worth it, but at least they get something out of the deal.
Looks like they might be waiting for the retort or a response. If Isurus take this tower quick and maybe try to go to bomb to defend, they might think it's just Yawar, but you have Demon and Mike waiting in the back lines just in case. We'll have to see. For now, they're just going to continue to chunk down this tier 1. Already the first rotation in. They make their go onto Yawar. Is this going to turn out to be a bit of a bait here? He needs the help. Now he's going to get chunked. There we go. Fissure lead in. Blink Echo. That is what they were waiting for. The trap has been sprung. Demon's Epicenter going to be cleaning out the rest of Ninja. Fullback looking to re-engage. Has the mana. Pepita here as well now. Mike forced the TP out and away. Demon, not so lucky. He's going to get shot down right there. Isurus managed to even this game up. Are they looking for more? And it looks like they're going to get Whitebeard. This little ice cube. Got to get uppercutted, but throws out a desperate Winter's Curse. Can he get the TP off? No. Nope. Going to get sliced apart right there. Ends up being a trade that Isurus are going to be able to be victorious with. They even step away from that tier 1 top lane just to get the better end of that fight.
That was not great. That's Bloodstone charges down the drain for Yawar. That is just not really worth it, except for Mike, who he did make a really great play there, but there's no reason to dive that tier 1 tower when everyone is coming in and you don't have a couple of heroes. You know, Brax was just respawning. That was a bit too aggressive in my opinion, but they wanted to get some. And they didn't even get the tier 1 tower, by the way. That thing is still up and ready to go. This game feels more and more like it's going to be on the back of Brax and Mike and Demon, at least for a little bit. You know, those heroes, because Yawar is just not quite there yet. 5 Bloodstone charges with no Orchid, you know, no Scythe or anything. He's not really dishing out the damage. He's not really providing the control. They need more time for him.
As you can see, pointed out by our statsman Maut Pax, the dynamic duo of Zeus and Bloodseeker. Played many a time before. Surprisingly, not a very dominant record, though. So we'll see if it's going to get another win here for Isurus. But for now, Demon gets the stun out to Ninja. Ninja now going to get slowed from that Arctic Burn coming up from Whitebeard. Lead in. Mike going to catch him with the Fissure, and it looks like Ninja will go down. Just venturing too far from home. Maybe they feel like he might have been looking to plant a very deep ward, but yeah, they even ping it out. They think they might have put something on the high ground right here. That's not the case, so they'll probably blow a sentry for it and not end up finding anything. But in the end, they end up finding a kill. So they'll take what they can get. This game back even once more, now 15-15.
Yawar's like, you couldn't wait half a second so I can get there for the Bloodstone charge. Not the biggest deal in the world. DDX is farming very well, by the way. He's 3rd in net worth. He has an Orchid Malevolence. He's already up to 1,000 gold. There's a Sanj on Pepita. So Isurus, their 2 big cores are still forces to be reckoned with. Pepita, I've noticed multiple times, has been blood raging himself in some fights, and he's gotten obliterated for it. But DDX is going on Yawar. Zusol's going to go through. Get the Fissure, the Orchid Soulburn will not be enough to get the kill. And Chance out of Blast Strike, click. The Echo Slam, Mike turns it around, but not quite yet. DDX will be able to blink away, and Chant just misses. Demon just gets the tail end of that Burrow Strike. They find a kill. They turn it around. They keep Yawar alive, which is huge.
Yeah, Yawar also Powerball jumping right there to just avoid the extra ticks of dot damage. Very well played from him. And that just happened to work out beautifully. Mike at the right place at the right time helps out his buddy Yawar. And they'll be able to live on, and they end up walking away with another big pick. So it's starting to feel like Summer's Rift crawling themselves back into a more comfortable position. But still, this game tempted to go either way. And as we get to the near 23-minute mark, Roche becomes a possibility for these teams.
Yeah.
And if we look over the, the drafts, I would have to say Isurus probably a slight edge as far as being able to handle the Roche and take it down. You got your Bloodseeker, of course, who puts out the amplified bits of damage. They have their Enforcer Tusk to kind of block anyone from coming in, the extra vision and scouting potential from your Zeus. I think they're in a really good spot if it's something they want to go for, but it's actually Summer's Rift are going to make the move to smoke now into the Isurus jungle.
Demon will be out front. They'll look for a Blink Burrow potential pickoff, which Demon has hit multiple times this game. They'll wrap on the tower. How far are they willing to dive? He puts up an aggressive ward, DDX. They should know that this is there. Instead, they're going to find... Who is that? Fullback? He's just dead. He's an easy kill for DD coming out. So maybe not the target they wanted, but they get really good ward coverage. And this is what Summer's Rift were missing throughout the entire early game. You look at the map now, it is the complete opposite of what we saw earlier. Isurus had plenty of map control in the enemy jungle. Now it's Summer's Rift. They'll clear up this creep wave, trying to go for the tier 2 tower. Which is another good access point trying to get to that Roshan. Meanwhile, though, they will go for Peta. He'll take down the tier 1 tower. He's got the TP. SNY is newly minted, Dakota. Let's see if Summer's Rift can actually take down this tier 2 tower.
A big grab, actually. A bit of mobility, attack speed. Just wants to see if he can get some fresh blood onto this SNY, but for now, just continues to farm up this top lane. Summer's Rift persistent on getting this tier 2 tower down. It looks like they'll be able to walk away with it. No deny in sight. It's going to be grabbed. They fly to the high ground here. No Isurus there. Yeah, they're smoking around the long way. Charge to fly out from Ninja. This one going to be onto Brax. His help going to be there in time. They get the Zeus ult for extra bit of know-how and vision. It looks like they're going to converge on the mid lane. Mike trying to help out Brax. Leads in with a fissure. Forces Ninja back, but Brax going to get caught with a rupture. Goes for BKB. Desperation TP. Not going to happen. Sliced right across the jaw. Will go down the bottom-hand side. Hero going to get caught out. Set up right there. DDX with the scream. And Demon also getting caught out from the Tusk. They lose 3 in exchange for that tier 2 tower. Ooh, a hefty price to pay.
Yeah, that was really, really bad. Again, you are not in that fight. He can't fight yet. He just can't do it. He just doesn't have the Bloodstone charges. His team is not there ready to go. The fight in the middle lane didn't particularly go great. Almost getting the kill was Brax, but it would have been a trade for his life anyways, which would have been not particularly good. And then down south, of course, Demon and Winter Wyvern getting caught out. Bloodseeker could be almost everywhere. The Queen of Pain blinking in. There's just too much damage right now with this SNY coming out. They'll take down the tier 1 tower mid, another access point for Isurus. They'll try to take hold of the enemy jungle. Maybe they could go Roche now, like you talked about. They have the damage from the Bloodseeker. They have the Ice Sigil to make it a bit easier. Now, back up for now. They're grouping up. By the way, Tusk does have a newly minted Glimmer Cape as well, so they're getting all these items. And almost an Aghanim Scepter for the Zeus. He just needs one more item.
Yeah, he needs to go on dewarding duty right now, which he is. He checks one spot, not there. Looks like the next spot he will see it. So they know Summer's Rift have an idea this is happening. So they're going to quickly just rid of this extra vision. Oh, they haven't gotten rid of the ward yet, but he's working on it. There he goes. Thank God supports don't miss uphill anymore. I tell you, firsthand, that's just the worst. I felt like I'd always miss like 3 times straight. And like, okay, gotta get vision again.
Get me out of here.
Like, and then of course someone just comes from the fountain somehow and beats your ass. It's just the worst. But they get the tower, or they get the ward down rather, so they know the vision's being reduced, but they don't want to commit to that area too long. So they decide to double back, and they'll just kind of keep these lanes push back, because top is pushed in a bit too far. Mid's getting pretty damn close. They need a bit more wiggle room if they want to commit for the big boy.
Reminds me of the Zeus we picked on earlier. Whenever he would walk out and try to ward up, I would find him and hookshot him in that game we were playing. Just,
yeah.
It's fun. Good times. Our team was not great. If you guys want to know what we were dealing with, we had a support Luna who went like Blink Ags, which actually worked out pretty well. Our Avenge went Phase. What was it, Vlad's?
Greedy as hell, didn't want to bother with a courier or warrior. I had to buy the courier and both sets of wards at the start, and somehow I had to end up mid lane. It was ridiculous, but we got the win. And
we got the win.
That's what's important, right? But
that's what
here we
these
go.
Teams are trying for.
Yeah. Unranked, of course, so just, yeah, moral victory, all as it is. But here we are, still. Summer's Rift, Isurus. This is just game number 1 of a best-of-3 series for the Beyond the Summit Americas tournament. Day 2 action. They would love to lead in. You got to remember, this is not a double elimination. You lose your best of 3, you are done. And you will not be moving on further. We saw yesterday Leviathan take a clean series 2-0 against Union Gaming. So they've already moved on forward. They await the winner of, I believe it's Complexity and EGX, which is the open qualifier team. But here we go. Summer's Rift now pressuring this tier 2 tower. We'll see if Isurus want to respond.
Dire's bottom tower
Not
is
really
under
defending
attack.
this yet. They're going around. This is a long-range Smoke of Deceit, but Peta is very quick. They do notice Demon, I think. They ping him out there. About to Zeus ult. Demon, blood right, and he's going to walk into it. Sandstorm will go. Gets silenced immediately. Demon's in trouble. He's got his blink. He'll blink away. They miss the scream. The mech's going to go. They take down the tier 2. No, it's still there. They'll retreat together, though. Summer's Rift reconverging, making sure they've got everything ready to go. Now you are his Orchid flying out. This might be go time for Summer's Rift. Maybe they can make something happen. Take the tier 2 tower, take a fight, maybe even push into tier 3 if they get a win. Or just go for Roche.
Well, they have Whitebeard on one side, Demon on the other. And they have the advantage in vision. Tusk moves forward, gets welcomed with a quick burrow, and then suddenly Hero pops out and helps him clean up. It's going to be Uar who gets the last hit. Tusk quickly realizes that it's not safe. They frantically ping out a correct ward placement, but it is going to be Summer's Rift who are able to walk away with the extra coin as they clear out that tier 2 tower. Ooh, Ninja walks in. Oh, they see that ward easy. Demon thinks about the blink stun, but the opportunity's already gone. So it's starting to feel more like Summer's Rift are getting in a more comfortable position, controlling the map. They got good wards down, and they're starting to push towards these tier 2s and could consider a roast themselves in the very near future.
Guar he's a rebel. I guess he just doesn't want to buy treads ever. You don't want that extra attack speed. I understand you, Guar. It's fine. Attack speed's so important for this hero. I'm confused as to why he's not building it. There it is. Okay. I spoke too soon. My apologies, Uar. I didn't mean to question your judgment. BKB is now picked up for DDX. He is invis. Is Hero dead? More than likely. That is a good runner's curse. Sonic Wave will go. He's orchided up instead of the right click, and then Mike falls next.
I mean, Ninja charges past that small fight with Whitebeard, goes right for Mike, and Mike just gets manhandled. He gets charged, Nether Strike. He can't even get a fissure off to help himself, nor Whitebeard. So that was just a solo pick right there for your Spirit Breaker. Oh, he luckily doesn't get bashed. Changes directions, and we'll make it back and greets a nice little warm bounty rune. But because of where they're positioned, they're just going to segue into the pit and start battling out with Roche. The ward is there. Fullback's going to see it. Summer's Rift know this is happening. Will they be able to contest?
You know Demon wants to go right now. He's just like, team, where are you? Why are you dead right now? They have Storm. They have Brax. Does he have a Blink Dagger? No, but a Blink Burrow Epicenter might be enough to set things up. And Isurus do not feel comfortable taking this, and I do not blame them. That is a tough team to fight into. Yeah. Especially in the Roche pit.
Yeah, and a Storm. How many times have we seen that Grand Theft Aegis pull out Uar's brother? You know, you don't want to risk it. And Isurus don't quite have that damage to take it down quickly. So they would rather wait it out instead of risking getting contested. They lose a big fight there and the Roche. That could very well be game. I hate to make it so dramatic like that, but that could be just the tipping point that allows Summer's Rift to be totally in control. Morale would be at an all-time high, and they would just be grossly farmed. So, as you said, it's a smart judgment call to make. And it looks like Summer's Rift are going to just take the time to farm up the top half of the map, and Isurus will split it right in half as they go for the bottom half.
Yeah, this is just classic. I'll take your jungle, you take ours. It's fine. It's where you feel safe farming. Brax went for S&Y, which is interesting. He already has his BKB, so he wants to tank up a bit more, get some extra move speed. There's so many items that you can go on this field. That's fine. Speaking of which, itemization-wise, Wyvern has Glimmer Cape and Twinkle Boots with the Soul Ring, so mana issues have been taken care of. He's got mobility with Tranquils. What they don't have is somebody checking out Rose, because guess what? That's where they are right now, and they probably will take this. Yeah, they're going to grab this Rose.
Fullback is toying with the idea of using his ult. He's probably going to pop it here near the end to see exactly where Summer's Rift are. But no, Roche is going to get done. No contention. Now they pop the ult, charging him forward. They see Demon. They get the extra vision. Nether Strike follow-up, a save from Whitebeard with a good cold embrace, but it's not going to matter with the Sonic Wave to fly thereafter.
Great snowball, keeping Pepita alive. Requiem gets canceled. There's the BKB. They got to bring him down. Winner's Curse will do so. DDX still in the fray. Here comes Ninja charging in. They're going to just go for a Delta split. Hero trying to TP out. Great Echo on it, too, for Mike. Jump back in from UI. Splitzer Blast going to work. Double kill for YS. DDX will be next. No, the last right click gets disjointed. IX Mike forces up, gets the enchant totem to the back of the head, and the triple kill comes out for Uar. Somehow, Summer's Rift take the fight. They kill the Aegis. They force out the BKBs, and that fight might just have been game-winning like you were discussing, Dakota. They're going to head right up to this tier 3 tower.
Patience from Mike. Screw Zhao, all right? This guy had been waiting, nursing his Echo Slams for a good opportunity like that. And it looked like it was Isurus in full control. They get their clean Roche. They get the charge in, the quick kill on Demon. But the next thing you know, they seem to overextend and in a bit of a questionable position, clumped up, allows the counter fight, and it is just glorious right there for Summer's Rift. And with it, they're going to be able to charge on forward, knocking down the front door of the Isurus fort. They take out the tier 3 and now clean out the racks. Big boost in economy and all-around gameplay for Summer's Rift at this point. Isurus, I don't want to say it's too soon, but they might need to consider some sort of crazy-ass YOLO play.
Yeah, I think they definitely do. It's clear that they have the team fight if they use it at the right time. Demon's going to get charged bottom and should die here. Oh, but he has the Yule Scepter. Blink up in one, but he has the Orb of Venom on him. They jump in with the UR long range coming out of nowhere. That's another Blister charge going in for the Storm Spirit. So it feels as though Demon was the only one that got hit up by that Sonic Wave last fight, and he was okay with that droid, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So DDX has to pick his targets better, and it's going to be good, too, because he's going to be going for the Point Booster, which means he'll probably go for the Aghanim Scepter. They need another, you know, 1 or 2 items to fight. They have the Aghanim Zeus, that's great. He doesn't have a goal yet, but that losing that Rax is huge. I mean, look at the net worth graph and how big it's changed since that last engagement and the Rax going down.
And I don't think I could have said it any better. The way they just kind of almost overcommitted so much just to take out Demon. I'm sure Demon, after passing, was just like, guys, they blew this, this, and this on me. This is your time. Regardless of being a 4 versus 5, they have nothing much else to give, so go in there. They do, and with it, they come out the fruitful winners. So as it stands, you know, maybe almost on a bit of tilt, Ninja charging at that bottom lane, trying to go for Demon once more. They end up turning into their own pick. So here we are with Summer's Rift, solid standing position. 23-22, the biggest net worth advantage of this game. 7,500 and rising, and about the same for XP. So we got a question now, Isurus. What could they hope for at this point for a potential comeback? Is it stalling out and looking to take the Roche for yourself, or just hoping to scrap something together in a high ground defense? Because that might have to be the case. Brax is already coming in from the south side with company.
It's going to be one big team fight. And whether they win that team fight or lose the team fight, that'll be it. Their creep, their counter push, it's okay. You know, they have decent team fight, but it really is just going to come down to one team fight. And whether that is now or later when there's another Roche coming out, it remains to be seen. It clearly looks like they want to do something now. They're smoked up behind Brax, so we'll see if that's the case.
Here it comes. Demon. Epi flies in. They're looking to clean out Pepita if possible, and they'll get it. Self-fuels for Demon to mitigate a bit of the extra damage to be coming. And as Wipebeard moves in, he becomes the focal point here for 1, 2, 3, 4. But then they turn it right back on his ass, and they take him down. It's going to be a double kill for Yawar, and that might be the game. Isurus potentially looking to throw in the towel as they're about to lose their second center X. Will not be out. This is a best of 3, and this is just game number 1. But it looks like Summer's Rift could be going to game 2 with match point. As they jump onto DDX, the Echo, the pullback, more than enough to clean house, and that will be game.
Mike is my MVP. God, his Echo Slams were actually so good in this game. And that's, I'm not one to give Mike praise very often, but he actually just freaking destroyed this game. So that was impressive to watch. That's all I can say about it, man.
It really
Mike
was.
played so well.
You know, we questioned how Mike would be able to do with the Earthshaker. Doesn't seem to fit his usual, you know, Rolodex of heroes he loves to play in that offlane position. But he makes it work, man, and it was also a very struggling laning phase. You gotta remember, he was stuck down at level like 5.5, while the Tusk on the opposite side was, you know, past level 7 at that point. He had really nowhere to go, no jungle to fall back on, no lane to be, you know, a part of. But, you know, once they were able to get Demon his Blink Dagger, he helps engage. Mike participates in that kill bottom with Brax, sets up a double kill for Brax, and that allows Mike to get his level 6 in the Soul Ring and Tranquil. By the time he's able to get his own Blink Dagger, Summer's Rift get everything they could ask for, and even if Isurus managed to take down the Roche, it's still not enough. So Summer's Rift, maybe credit to their well put together team fight draft or experience, they managed to walk away with the win. So that's going to conclude game number 1. We're about to hop into game number 2 action. I'm KotLGuy, going to be joined, of course, by Maut, and we also have Maut Packs, our stats man. We'll see you in just a few moments for game 2 of Summer's Rift going against Isurus.